Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aldhy Alamsyah Putra. I am from English Education Department. I will present my research proposal on the use of pulpit to increase students' self-confidence in speaking class at SMKN 2 Selayar. Advisors are Dr. Maimuna Mahayang, SPD, MPD, and Dr. Geminastiti Sakir, SPD, MPD, and the examiners are Sultan SS, MA, MAD, PhD, and Fitri Radiani, SPD, MPD. Introduction. Background of the research. Speaking is a talent that allows people to communicate orally, claims Tarigan. Practical spoken language skills include speaking or the ability to convey thoughts, feelings, or emotions in a way others can understand. The level of self-confidence has a big influence on one's speaking ability. The speakers must project confidence, use a variety of the language, and pronounce the words correctly. Problem statement. Speaking skills are strongly influenced by self-confidence. Many students avoid talking for fear of being reprimanded for bad grammar, for wrong pronunciation. Students' self-confidence is related to their speaking skills, which do not increase. The objective of the research is to find out whether or not the use of role play increases student self-confidence in speaking class at SMKN 2 Selayar. The significance of the research. One, theoretical significance. In this research, there are theoretical significance. The results of this research are expected to add insight and knowledge about the use of role play to increase confidence in speaking classes. In addition, this research is also expected to be an additional source of reference for further research. Practical significance. A. For teachers. This research can provide some information about the use of role play to increase students' confidence in speaking in class. For students, this research is expected to make students more confident in speaking in class. For the next research, this research can be used as a reference for teaching speaking research. Literature review. Speaking is a method of expressing thoughts that are formed and organized but to meet the demands of the listener. According to Wilson, 1983, speaking is described as creating a connection between the speaker and the listener. The importance of speaking. Speaking is very important for communications, emotional expressions, opinion, and socialization. Moreover, we can see that blind people have words to convey their wishes. They communicate using their body or body language, showing that speech is very important for humans. Aspects of speaking. The speaking process that takes place during the contact involves several speech-related components. The most crucial qualities of speaking, according to most people, are grammar, fluency, correctness, vocabulary, and pronunciation. The advantage of speaking. Speaking ability is the most useful among them because talking is the primary form of communication. As a result, speech is the most crucial form of communication, while having all the necessary skills is necessary to be a comprehensive communication. Speaking well has several clear benefits for the speaker. Problem in speaking. Problems in speaking are due to a lack of confidence in oneself, which causes a person to feel afraid when speaking, and a lack of vocabulary causes a person to be afraid to speak. Self-confidence. Self-confidence is a belief in one's ability so that in acting you do not feel anxious too often. Feel free to do things as you wish and have responsibility for the decisions and action taken. Characteristic of confidence and unconfident people. Confidence. feel relaxed, comfortable, and safe. Believe in yourself. Don't believe that other people are always better. Do your best to open the door later day. Set goals that are not too high so you can reach them. Don't look at the white chasm when comparing yourself with other people. Have the ability to act with confidence even if you don't feel like it. Feeling good about yourself and not worrying about anything with what other people think. Unconfident people tend to feel insecure, not free, doubtful in decision, waste time in making decisions, feelings of inferiority, less intelligent, tend to blame the environment as the cause when having a problem. Factors affecting confidence. There are three factors affecting the confidence. One is personal ability is the capacity of an individual to develop oneself in such a way that they are not overly concerned with their actions, are independent, and are aware of their abilities. Social interaction, which examines how people interact with their surroundings, takes into account personal attitudes in adapting to their surroundings and emphasizes tolerance, the capacity to tolerate and respect others. 3. Self-concept is a person's perception and assessment of his or her own merits and shortcomings. Roleplay. Roleplay in principle is learning by presenting roles that exist in the real world into role performance in the classroom, which are then used as a reflection material so that students can assess their learning that has taken place and that provide suggestions, alternate opinions. The purpose of using roleplay. Roleplay is used to make students more active in class because in the roleplay system, students can express themselves as they please. The advantages and disadvantages of roleplay. The advantages of roleplay. 1. Identify the social situation faced to acquire knowledge of certain social situation. 3. Gain multiple perceptions on the action in social situation. The disadvantages of roleplay: 1. Dramatized social situations are nothing more than parodies. 2. The situations in the classroom is not the same as the situation in the general classification. Conceptual framework. This research focused on the student self-confidence problem in TKJ1 class at SMKN 2 Selayar. This research aimed to determine the use of roleplay to increase student self-confidence in speaking class. Researchers agree that the use of roleplay can attract students' interest in learning English in class because it makes all students become active. Not only that, self-confidence is very important in making students improve their speaking skills in English lesson. As we can see the diagram below. Hypothesis. There are two hypotheses in this research. Is there is an increase in students' confidence in speaking classes through the use of role play, and there is no increase in students' confidence in speaking class through the use of role play. Research method. In this research, researchers use a quantitative approach. According to Sugiono, quantitative data is a research approach that is based on positivistic concrete data. Research data is in the form of numbers that will be assessed using statistics as a counting test tool related to the problem being examined to create a conclusion. This research will use a pre-experimental which the method is used to find out the use of roleplay to increase students' confidence in speaking classes at SMK Negeri 2 Selayar for Class 1 TKJ. Experimental research useful for evoking the occurrence of an event or event circumstances, then research what the circumstances were. Research variable. Independent variable. The independent variable of this research is the use of role play. Play is a counseling method in the form of motion games in which there is a system and goals and involves an element of fun. Roleplay can foster enthusiasm and a sense of togetherness through fun learning so that it can attract students and learn English. Dependent variable. The dependent variable of this research is students' self-confidence in speaking class. Self-confidence is the ability to believe in yourself so that in carrying out actions you will not feel anxious and will be free to express yourself. Population and sample. According to Sugyon, population is groups of subjects that is determined by the researcher to be studied and run the calculations. Therefore, the population in this research are the students from one Tekajas same Kanaglos layer is a total of 32 students, of which is 15 female students and 17 male students. Sample. The sample is one of many characteristics produced by the population. The sample of this research is first grade students of the KJ Kadua Selayar, which is in this department only has one level only total. So the total sampling is a technical sample where the amount sample equals the population. Instrument of the research. In this study, the instrument used to obtain data regarding self-confidence is a questionnaire. The reason researchers use a questionnaire in the study is because it can get a picture of what is happening through the answer from the respondents and has advantage of its use. The questionnaire is about student self-confidence. Research, Researchers select scales and point columns based on the material indicator of strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. The questionnaire consists of 12 items of statements. Procedure of collecting data. There are three procedures of collecting data that are pre-questionnaire, treatment, and post-questionnaire. Data analysis technique. Classification of students' response into five Likert scales. You can see the table below. So, based on the score on the Likert scale, when students answer strongly agree, they will get a score of 60. Meanwhile, if students answer strongly disagree, they will get a score of 12. Then the average students' interval score will be obtained as shown in the table below.